Welcome. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the school board meeting this Tuesday, June 3rd, 2014. If you wish to speak during the hearing of citizens, please pick up a card in the back of the chambers to my left. Print your name and topic clearly and return the card to our board assistant, Zoe Marshall, sitting to my left. At the appropriate time, I will call you up to speak. You'll be allotted 3 minutes. Please note that respect for divergent viewpoints and civility will be shown at every board meeting. Shirley Brown is joining us via speakerphone. We do not have a color guard today since school is out, so we will stand now and pledge allegiance to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States.
We are fortunate tonight to have some special presentations and introductions. First of all, I'd like to call Dr. Paige Detman up, Executive Director for Middle Schools, to introduce a new and important principal.
Thank you, Mrs. Goodwin. I'm introducing a very important principal. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the new principal of Heron Creek Middle School, Mr. Matthew Gruhl. And yes, Mr. Gruhl did play college basketball. He was a college basketball star, so we'll start with that. Matthew has been a middle and high school teacher, and the last 10 years has been an administrator. He spent 2 years as a middle school principal, as a middle school assistant principal in Pasco County, 3 years as a high school assistant principal at Bayshore High School in Manatee County, and he's just completing 5 years as the middle school principal at Buffalo Creek in Palmetto. We are really excited to have Matthew join our administrative ranks in Sarasota County. We have such an excellent administrative team, and I'm very proud for Matthew to join us. Mr. Gruhl has impressed me because his entire focus is on how can we best help students learn, and how can we get families involved in their learning, and how can our teachers and our staff work collaboratively to help make this happen for our kids. So I want Matthew to talk to you and help you know about a little bit about his philosophy, and also to meet his family who's here with us this evening. Mr. Gruhl.
Thank you very much. Let me move this up a little bit if it moves. Okay. I was a forward. I really wasn't that good in college basketball. I just had a good GPA.
Okay.
School board members, superintendent, thank you so much for the honor of being here this evening, and thank you so much for the honor of serving the students and the teachers and the community of Heron Creek Middle School. It is absolutely an honor to serve them. We are going to work together collaboratively to do great things, more great things at Heron Creek, and build on the success and make it an amazing school. I've had wonderful opportunities in the past that have given me some good experiences. I've been looking at and reading about Sarasota County for, 10 years. Their middle school approach to students, the importance of accountable team tasks where students work together to solve real problems and learn together and build knowledge together is extremely important to me. Because those are important skills academically, but they're important skills in life. And nobody has a better approach than Sarasota County for middle school. So I am very honored to have this opportunity. I'd like to thank a few people. First of all, I'd like to thank my family. My beautiful wife, Marty, if you would stand, please. Oh, we're in this together. And my sons, Nathaniel and Stryker. I just want to thank them so much. It is a family commitment to serve students, and so we take it as that. And they're always with me, and my wife is always beside me, and sometimes she's in front of me. And I really appreciate that. Yes, she is. I also want to thank Dr. Detman. She has been absolutely wonderful. I have learned so much from her in such a short period of time already. And I'm just honored to serve the students and to work with her and to learn from her and the other principals in the county. Being a part of a professional learning community in more than name only is extremely important to me. To be learning with others, to be building knowledge, to be going to other places, bringing stuff back, to making what we have here better. That's extremely important. That's what I really want to be a part of, and that's why I'm so excited about Sarasota, because that's what Sarasota is. So thank you very much to everybody, and I look forward to working and learning and serving and sharing the great things that we're doing at Heron Creek for students.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gruhl, and I do believe that you've chosen a very special school. Heron Creek is a favorite of mine. I've mentored a young girl there as she went through 7th and 8th grade, so I spent a good amount of time there. Wonderful facility, a great teaching staff, and a fabulous orchestra and band who do superiors every year at the festivals, and just a wonderful place to be. So we're so happy to have your leadership there, and you're right, Dr. Detman is really right on the cutting edge of all things middle school. So thank you so much. We're really excited to have you. Next we have another introduction by Mr. John Zordich.
Good evening, board members. 10 years ago, Gwen Regale recruited this young gentleman from Virginia and brought him to her school, M.E. Booker, as a young teacher. Brandon has been a teacher at Emma Booker for a number of years, then became an administrative intern at Bayhaven, as well as an assistant principal at Brentwood, which he has been there for 3 years. He is the new principal of Lamarck Elementary in Northport. Brandon?
I guess I better bring it down since you're so tall. It's interesting because there's no need to read what I wrote because a lot of that has the information that Mr. Zordich just talked about. What I really wanted to get across is that over the years, I realized I'm a homegrown leader. From Leadership Academy to USF Sarasota Manatee to Brentwood Elementary, Bayhaven, and Emily Booker, I've been involved with Sarasota County over a number of years. I'm well aware of the philosophies that we find from community of caring at the different schools to just being involved with students. First and foremost, though, I want to say thank you to the school board members, Mr. Hardy as well as Superintendent White. Without you guys, of course, I wouldn't have this opportunity. Next, of course, Mr. Zordich. He's been here along the way. Even from the beginning when I was a teacher at Emily Booker, I used to sit in on committees with him in there. I was a little intimidated in the beginning, but over the years and having conversations with him, I realized that he wanted what was best for me. And he was trying to groom me to understand that you can be a great leader one day. Next, I would like to thank my wife, Rashia Johnson. She's a first grade teacher at M.E. Booker Elementary. And yes, we did meet there. My mother-in-law, Carolyn Major Harper, and my sister-in-law, Ronique Major Harper, who's actually a fourth grade teacher as well. Guys, thank you so much. I look forward to the opportunity to work in Lamarck Elementary with the families as well as the community. And I know I do have my work ahead of me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mr. Zordich has been an executive director of elementary schools for quite a while, and he does a great job of deciding and choosing those special people for principals. And we're really looking forward to your making a big impact at Lamarck. As you know, Lamarck has had some issues over the last year, and we're certainly supporting you in any way that we can, and we know that this is a great school, and under your leadership, things are going to be wonderful down there. So thanks very much, and congratulations. And last but certainly not least, we have the Community Schools Partnership with the Arts, what we call CSPA, and we have an update on our CSPA group from Ms. Angela Harvickson, who is our program director for CSPA and all things of the arts. Angela?
We'll bring it down some more. Good evening, Superintendent White, Mr. Hardy, school board members. We're very excited to be here tonight to give you an update on the Community Schools Partnership for the Arts. With the artistic help of our community partner, Lemus Bolaños Wilmot of Fusion Dance Artists, our presentation will answer 4 questions for you tonight. What is CSPA? Who is a member of CSPA? What does CSPA do? And how does it impact our students?
we'd like to begin by reviewing the history of CSPA. It was 1995, and there was turmoil in our schools and in the arts community. Budget cuts had to be made. The decision was to eliminate elementary and middle school music and arts programs. 4 music specialists and 4 art specialists were to assist teachers.
It soon became apparent that this plan wasn't working. Art and music rooms were dismantled, but more devastating, students weren't getting arts instruction.
The community was protesting. The decision to eliminate these programs was very devastating. We said, where are our art and music teachers? Not in the classroom. There were meetings and meetings and more meetings about the value of the arts.
And one day, there was a call to the Arts Council from Superintendent Gene Witt. He said, "We hear you. This community cares about the arts, and our school should reflect the community."
So, there were meetings between the arts community and the school district. Views were shared. And when it came to the students and their learning, differences melted away.
Then, Wilma Hamilton had an idea. What if the schools and community became partners? And that's how the Community Schools Partnership for the Arts began in 1996.
The Community Schools Partnership for the Arts is a collaboration between the Arts and Cultural Alliance, representing the arts community, and the school district to maintain and improve arts education in, through, and about the arts. Based on research and best thinking in the field, CSPA, an official superintendent's advisory committee, monitors arts education in the district, minutes of instruction, course offerings, access, equity, and much more.
Who is a member of CSPA? Selected members of the arts community, including arts organizations and teaching artists, selected members of the school district, including teachers, principals, executive directors, and the fine arts program specialist, plus a representative of higher education and a student. Co-chairs are Nancy Rucker from the arts community and Angela Hartvigsson from the school district. Would the CSPA members please stand?
So what does CSPA do? CSPA created a long-range plan based on the vision of what an excellent arts education would involve. This plan has goals in curriculum, arts integration, innovation, assessment, staffing, professional development, planning and budgeting, resources, facilities and equipment, and communication.
We are in this for the long haul, and each year we chronicle our progress. Here's what the records from 1996 to 2013 look like. Each year, we appoint committees to address specific goals for the year. We make recommendations for elementary, middle, and high school levels. We connect with each school through an arts liaison who informs faculties about arts education and arts activities in the community. Would the liaisons that are present tonight please stand up?
And there's more. The steering committee meets monthly. We have conversations with the superintendent and the executive directors of elementary, middle, and high school. We host a spring event to celebrate the accomplishments of the year and present the Arts Leadership Award to an outstanding teacher. In short, we advocate comprehensive arts education programs in all schools for all students.
What does improvement look like? More students in arts classes, more curriculum-related field trips to community venues, more in-class, in-school experiences by art organizations and teaching artists, greater variety of arts classes, increased arts integration, higher achievement in music, art, theater, and dance as evidenced by local performances and exhibits, and sustaining arts education programs in spite of budget issues.
And acknowledgement, state assessment, and national participation performing in such places as Carnegie Hall, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, thespian and dance competitions, and Scholastic Art Awards. In recognition, our school board was recognized for being outstanding supporters of arts education in 2004 by the Kennedy Center and the National School Board Association, and the selection of Lori White, who was honored as the 2012-2013 Superintendent of the Year by the Florida Music Educators Association.
We are thrilled with EdExplore SRQ for enhancing the quality of our students' art experiences and expanded support from our foundations. And we are delighted that Sarasota was selected by the Kennedy Center as an Any Given Child community.
And our partnership has grown stronger and stronger each year, but our students need and deserve more. Increase equity and access for arts education at every school for every student. Keep the additional 30 minutes to allow more students to participate in learning in the arts. Keep certified, qualified teachers in the arts and educate classroom and subject area teachers. Provide professional development in arts integration for all teachers. Create more diversity in arts courses, and have more opportunities for students to experience the arts in the community.
Which brings us to the future. CSPA looks forward to helping provide the big picture of arts education in our school district. There is still work to be done. We are pleased that Any Given Child is taking on the challenge of filling the gaps in course offerings, for example, orchestra programs that are missing as students progress through grades, and ensuring grade-level learning experiences such as every fourth grade student attending the Ringling Museum. There are students who grow up in Sarasota and attend our schools and never go inside the Van Wezel or the Opera House or the museum. They never work with a teaching artist. They don't know about careers in the arts. After sixth grade, many students no longer take arts courses, even though we know that universities give weight to applicants who have studied the arts. All of this is the focus of CSPA.
We thank you for all you have done, for many years of support and ongoing commitment to arts education for our students. We are proud to be your partners and collaborators. Together, we will continue to strive to make Sarasota County the best possible place for students to grow and learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Kovach.
I just want to thank each and every one of you for what you do for our community. I know from my experiences growing up here what music meant to me growing up and what it means to me today because of what I was exposed to way back then, and had a huge experience for my kids who are adults now, and now for my grandkids who are in the school district now that are being exposed to it. So again, I thank you for your dedication and your help in making Sarasota County schools what they are. Thank you.
Mrs. Zucker.
I remember those tumultuous years. I was here in 1996, and I'll tell you, it was not fun. And I can't thank you enough for coming forward and putting together the C-SPAN committee, because with that, we were able to form this partnership that has been so strong and has really led to a benefit for all of our students and our community as a whole as a result of the C-SPAR, excuse me. I have 7 grandchildren, and every one of them is involved in the arts, whether it's music or art design or the circus or whatever it is. They're all involved in the arts. 2 of them live here, and I can't imagine not having the arts as a good component of our school system. So I thank you, and I hope that you continue your support and continue to fight for more and more arts education, because we know that art is what triggers the brain. We know that art and math go together. We know how important music and art is. We know this. We just have to keep fighting and keep ensuring that this community never loses sight of the need for arts and arts education in our community. Thank you.
I agree with what Mr. Kovach and Mrs. Zucker said, and I think if art is right-brained, it must be connected to the heart, because I think the things that touch our heart come directly from those exposures and those lessons that we learn from engaging in the arts, music, drama, dance. The dance was excellent tonight. Thank you so much for putting that together. But I would be remiss if I didn't thank C-SPA for all the help you gave us in the referendum this year. Mr. Jim Shirley is sitting in the audience, the Executive Director of the Arts Alliance. I don't know what we would have done without Jim Shirley and Nancy Rucker and Karen Johns and the others of you, Cindy, Susan, and so forth, all of you. We thank you so much for helping us with that, because you were definitely right there every step of the way, and sometimes it was painful and sometimes it was fun. But we would not have been so successful if it weren't for your guidance, your leadership, your fun, your engaging, and just wonderful attitude. So thank you very, very much for all you do for our schools and for our students. And that ends our special presentations. And so we now go into our superintendent's report. Mrs. White.
Just a brief report. At the May 20th school board meeting, we were introduced to 15 outstanding high school seniors who received college scholarships after participating in the 2014 Ringling College Library Association Town Hall Lecture Series. Unfortunately, one scholarship winner's name was inadvertently omitted from the introductions. So we'd like to correct that omission and congratulate Booker High School senior Carlin Dickerson on her Town Hall Scholarship. We wish Ms. Dickerson and all our graduates continued success in the years ahead. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you. And next we go to our hearing of citizens. I happen to have one very special card from the Honorable Carolyn Mason, who is our wonderful county commissioner from District 1. Is that right? District 1?
That's correct.
Mrs. Mason.
Good evening, Chairwoman Goodwin, members of the board, superintendent, and staff. I'm here this evening. I left one of these wonderful postcards in front of each of you to tell you about, and I didn't know the CSPA group was going to be here this evening. I think that's a little divine intervention. But I'm here to talk to you about the Newtown Art Celebration, celebrating 100 years. This is a focus on the art in the Newtown community, the focus. There will be other African American and other artists in this show, but I thought you might be interested in the youth exhibit, which is going to be June 21st is the opening reception for the youth exhibit at the North Sarasota Library, and it will involve artwork from Booker High School, Booker Middle School, Emma E. Booker, and the Roy McBean Boys and Girls Club. I think that we in the Sarasota County community is in for a real treat with both these exhibits, the adult one and the youth one, and I encourage you to join us at both shows, both openings, if you can. But if you cannot, certainly come to the youth exhibit. I think we're going to be in for a real treat, and I'm a former member of the board of directors of the Arts Council, so I'm a little dated in that, but art is extremely important in and for our community. So I thank you for the opportunity to come this evening and share this with you. And before I go, I want to just say thank you so much to Ringling College. Dr. Thompson and I have worked on this for about a year, and it's finally come to be, and I think we're all going to be very pleasantly surprised at the caliber of the artwork. This particular painting on this card is one by Leon Middleton, who is a homeless man in Sarasota. And so that just shows you an example of the breadth of the art that we're going to see. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Mason, for being here. That ends our hearing of citizens. There are no additions or corrections to the agenda. May I have a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
Move approval.
Second.
Please vote.
I vote yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to vote. Since Mrs. Brown is not here, we're going to vote verbally. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0 and passes. There's no items pulled for comment. We'll move on to new business. May I have a motion on item number 53, please?
I would move that the school board approve to advertise the revisions to the school board policies 2.90, 5.60, and 5.80.
Second.
Any discussion? Let's take a verbal vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes carry 4-0. Items number 54 and 55, Mrs. Zucker will be abstaining from as they impact her work with the Jewish Family and Children's Services of Sarasota.
Move that the agreement with Jewish Family and Children's Services of Sarasota Manatee, Inc. and the School Board of Sarasota County, Florida be approved as presented.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
The ayes are 3. Abstain is 1 vote. The motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 55, please?
Move that the agreement between Jewish Family and Children's Services of Sarasota Manatee, Inc. and the School Board of Sarasota County, Florida be approved as presented.
I second. Any discussion? And let's take a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye. Abstain.
And the motion carries 3 in favor, 1 abstention. Now we move on to announcements and communication. Mrs. Brown, do you have anything to add? I take it no. She's gone.
That is a no.
Okay, that's so much for Mrs. Brown. Does anyone else have any announcements or communications? Oh, Mrs. Zucker, sorry.
Yes, I'd just like to talk about a little bit about the great opportunity that we all had for the last several days in attending the graduations throughout Sarasota County. From Venice to Riverview to Northport High School, Sarasota Military Academy, which is a charter school, and Oak Park School, which is a school for developmentally challenged students. It just was fantastic. It was fantastic to see the depth and the breadth of the students and how we're preparing them and how gung-ho they are for the future. I mean, if this is what the future is going to be, we're doing a good job and we're going to be okay. And sometimes we wonder, as we go through life, and, we come through these terrible times and we wonder, what is the future going to be like? You come to these graduations and you listen to these speeches and it really fills you full of hope. So I'm tired, but I am absolutely honored to have the ability to be able to attend all of these graduations. It's been my pleasure.
And I agree. It's long and it's sometimes considered a little tedious, but when you see these students going to all these fabulous colleges and starting careers and going into the military and knowing what they want to do, and parents that are standing there behind them beaming, there's no place in the world I'd rather be. This is what it's really all about, isn't it? So I agree. It was just a wonderful experience. Our next monthly work session will be June 17th, 2014 at 10 in the morning. And our next regular board meeting, which is the last board meeting officially of this year, I guess, is June 17th at 3 p.m. We're adjourned.